Many people are confused about Battlefield 6 and what it represents, mainly because they follow trends without understanding the game itself. Some even gatekeep by saying they don't want COD players in Battlefield, or they can't handle this hardcore level of a game. But listen, Battlefield is for everyone. You just need to learn the basics, which I'll help you with. I'll be making a video explaining the fundamentals of Battlefield 6 that will be coming soon. For now, I want to explain why people are conflicting with Battlefield 6. The idea that the game is full of cheaters is false. People struggle to understand how Battlefield players play naturally. Some kids think that an attack helicopter pilot with 80 kills is cheating automatically, but players have been doing this legitimately since Battlefield 3. Many newcomers opted from COD or other shooters can't accept being outplayed by hardcore gameplay. The skill gap is much larger than in Call of Duty, but still can be fun casually. Most players aren't ready for Battlefield 6's skill level because FPS gaming has advanced so much. Remember, Vince Zampella, who also made COD 4 Modern Warfare, helped develop this game. Rest in peace, Vince. Thank you for the great games you've made. The reason many liked COD's simple approach in 2007 shows how Vince balanced skill with casual play. The minimap and audio cues help locate enemies, along with tools like the recon drone, which spots enemies and pings similar to Doritos in older titles. These tools give players an advantage to help counter others, plus additional features I didn't mention. The glitches and bugs might be deterring players. With the Frostbite engine, it has been known to have the weirdest bugs and glitches known to any FPS. Some glitches, like the one you see here, are actually funny and can even be exploited to reach the map's center and capture objectives before the other team. I haven't encountered the more serious game-breaking glitches that some of you have reported. However, I did experience a bug where I was stuck in the scoreboard for an entire game, which was fixed immediately after. That's actually the only glitch I have recorded or remember. I'm trying to see things from your perspective, but I haven't personally experienced many of these issues you guys have. Now, I know some of you in the comments are going to say I don't know anything about Battlefield, but I have played this franchise since Battlefield 3 in 2011 when I was a kid, so I indefinitely know what Battlefield is and what Battlefield's supposed to be. People often complain about Battlefield 6 for clickbait, but many issues they mention, like cheaters and netcode problems, have already been addressed or are misunderstood. The main complaint about cheaters is usually about exploits like in RedSec, which are often glitches rather than cheating. However, in RedSec's Battle Royale mode, the game uses a hybrid tick rate that improves as the round progresses, reaching to a max of 60 Hz with fewer players. This is superior to games like Warzone, which only have 20 Hz server tick rate. I see it's not an issue and has been significantly improved. For example, I have a clip here showing how smooth the netcode is during real-time gameplay with the Winter Offensive update. Also, check the kill feed after you die, because most likely you will see multiple factors leading to your death. Just press your interactive key and it will show a chart relating how many people shot you at once, encounter issues such as insta-dying, and it shows a body chart relating to where you got shot previously, before and after you died, so it gives you an idea whether you died behind a wall or not. Another thing I've noticed that correlates to a lot of the complaints in Battlefield 6 is due to nostalgia. Many people expected developers to surpass the success of Battlefield 3 and 4, considering the masterpieces of gaming. They overlooked what they already had and sought that same spark again. With Battlefield 6, developers drew inspiration from previous titles like Battlefield 3, 4, and 1, also 5. While some hoped it would evoke nostalgia, it also introduces new features, an immersive atmosphere, a fresh story, and continuity with its predecessors. Vince told IGN in his interview back in September last year that their goal was to match the gameplay and atmosphere of Battlefield 3, 4, and 1. It's not about missed opportunities, but paying homage to classic titles while offering something new and better. Often people compare Battlefield 6 to much older games and forget it's a standalone title. We should instead appreciate the effort Battlefield Studios put into this title, because we often don't realize how good we had it until it's gone. And from my guess, for the casual player, Battlefield 6 just did not have enough content for them to keep the retention alive for very long. So what it comes down to is people are begging for more variety, more maps, more guns, new stuff to play with every single time. And with live service being the new norm for gaming nowadays, makes the expectations for content exponentially higher. The communication has been perfect with Battlefield Studios. It's all a matter of when they get new content, new updates, and new features and modes to offer. I think the point is, with Battlefield 6, they have raised the bar so high for expectations in a first-person shooter that the consumers want more. What they got now is not enough. Maybe the community is asking too much out of the developers? I noticed bandwagoning is another major issue with the community in Battlefield 6. Some people I have talked to in comments, such as mine and other related videos, and the majority don't give me proof of what they're talking about. I wanted to include this. I looked through EA's website. They are hiring new anti-cheat developers, trying to put a stop to the cheating problem in FPS titles. I'll put up a graph here to show you reports from the game's launch to February, showing the progress of the anti-cheat in Battlefield 6. February reports show a significant decrease in lobbies with detected cheating that was promptly removed. Battlefield Studios and EA are tracking 226 devices, hardware, programs, vendors, resellers, and communities related to cheating. Out of these, 217 are experiencing issues like feature failures, detection alerts, downtime, or are being taken offline for cheating removal. The reason you can't see anyone or pinpoint where you're being shot from in-game, this occurs often in Battlefield due to the environment you're in. With Call of Duty, the multiplayer maps nowadays are very stale and clean, whereas in Battlefield, it's a war-torn state that you're fighting in. So with the soldiers in each class in Battlefield and their characteristics, especially with the recon, having a ghillie suit or somewhat of that, and especially with the camouflage that is provided in the game, it's easier to blend in these maps. But tracers and muzzle flash reveal their positions, making it easier to identify enemies. Battlefield 5 has similar issues during the alpha and beta phases, which were somewhat addressed later. But in this game, lighting effects enhance visibility, especially with enemy muzzle flashes standing out, similar to Battlefield 4. Battlefield 6 offers in-game features that enhance soldier visibility in low light conditions. The developers have made significant progress in enhancing your gameplay while preserving high-quality visuals and immersion. It could also be the variety that we had at the start of the game's time of launch. We started out with 9 maps, one of them specifically for close quarter small based game modes, and the rest are large to medium scale maps. To me, this is harkening back to Battlefield 3's map design and variety that they had to offer. With No Shore Canal, Scene Crossing, Operation Firestorm, Caspian Border, you had a mix of closer encounter maps that only had tanks for vehicle gameplay to large scale all-out warfare maps with jets and helicopters and tanks, and the larger sightline across the map. Battlefield 6 has both. With map examples I want to give from Battlefield 6 that are matching Battlefield 3 standards are Iberian Offensive and Siege of Cairo to match with No Shore Canals and Scene Crossing. The reason why these maps work so well in Battlefield 6 is because it gives flavor to both close quarter people that love the smaller scale maps to people with taste with large scale maps, all-out warfare, all the vehicles to offer. People coming from other games, for example, Call of Duty players don't experience vehicles all that much. What Battlefield Studios tried to approach with Battlefield 6 was a variety for both parties, liking close quarter maps only or large scale maps only. The weapons I find are spectacular from the game's launch. Looking back on Battlefield 4, we had a tremendous amount of weapons. The game's almost bloated with the amount of weapons we had, so I feel why people think weapon variety in Battlefield 6 isn't enough. I can understand with the sniper rifles, but for submachine guns, carbines, and assault rifles and LMGs, you have a large variety there to choose what weapon you want to rock with. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about Battlefield 6 and what needs to be addressed. And let me know what problems you face with the game that steer you away from playing further. I personally have 660 hours played in Battlefield 6. To say the least, this game is addictive for me. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great week. Peace.